this facility also as well, you saw that we took it from this to like the pictures, which I don't remember what the pictures are anymore. Yeah, to this, and cleaned it up, made it look really nice. And our boots on the ground person did this. All right. So our boots on the ground person for this facility, his name's Eddie. And he was actually the one, and he was like one of the ones in the very beginning of the like, we bought this thing, that we contacted everybody and told, because we did, when we bought this thing, within like, I would say within 90 days, we did 36 auctions. Okay, so we had to go through that, and it takes a while to do those auction processes. It takes like, when you buy it first, if you think like it was full, it was like completely full of crap. So then we did the auction process, and that went through, like, that takes it takes a while to do. I talked about this last time. It just takes a long time to do the auction process. And then what we had to do too is we had to clean out the units, auction them, and then like clean them out if nobody took the stuff or whatever, which typically nobody does. Like, auction processes are just like, are horrible. And so then you end up having to like clean the stuff out. And I think it took us probably like 5 dumpsters. It took a lot of dumpsters, and each dumpster is like $500. So it probably cost like $2,500. And you have to clean all that stuff out. And then once we would clean one unit out, it would immediately get like rented. Right. And so that was the process that Pete did from like, and so what he did is he brought Eddie on. So Eddie was one of the guys that had a unit, and he did not want to lose his stuff. So Pete worked out a deal with him and said, hey, why don't you be the person that like takes care of this? This is the boots on the ground, and you can have your unit for free. Right. And so that's what he did. He would come in, he would mow and trim the things out, but he was really the one that like cleaned out all the units and put everything into the dumpster so that the dumpster could come take it away. And also another thing that Eddie did was that if he found anything in any of the units, Pete said, it's yours, you can have it. And he would sell that stuff on eBay and like out in Facebook Marketplace or whatever he did, I don't know. And he would get money for all that. So that's why he was like, oh yeah, because it was like a guy that kind of didn't have a lot of money and stuff or whatever. He couldn't afford unit. And so we worked this deal out, like, you clean it up, you can keep whatever you want, take it whatever you want, do whatever you want with it. But like, we just need to get each unit out one at a time. And so on the weekends and stuff, Eddie would come and work and just do that for us. And this is how we do our management. Okay, this is how we do a lot of our management, because when I borrow my money, typically we're only borrowing like so much money, and I really don't like to borrow a lot of money, especially when you're paying like high interest rates and stuff. You don't want to borrow a lot of money because you have to pay interest on that and stuff. So we're kind of the type of managers where like when you start making money is when you can really you can fix stuff or whatever. So like it's more like slow and steady wins the race. And so, but like, as he cleaned out a unit, it immediately got leased up. And then after he cleaned out all the units, we paid Eddie to paint the storage facility for us, and we paid him. So that is something that he did. And then he did the balusters, he did that. And so now all he does is just come check on the place and like mow the lawn and stuff is what he does now. Okay, so not really a lot of cleans out the units if they're business, but essentially like that's how we got Eddie to do that. And he worked with us for like very closely for the 18 months that it took us to get this thing cleaned up and running. He really did a lot of stuff for us, and we would just pay him and like help him and stuff. Whenever he needed money, we'd just give it to him. All right. So that is the boots on the ground person. I have a couple of questions. How much did it cost for the renovations? It didn't cost that much money. We had borrowed the 10 grand, and I think it probably cost like maybe a couple grand to clean the place out. And then it didn't really cost us that much money to even get the thing painted. It probably cost us a couple grand to get it painted because Eddie did that for us. And it was just more time. Honestly, it was not a lot of money. It was just time, to get out there and work. The good thing is that we had just moved around the corner. So Pete was like 15 minutes away. So he would always be just hanging out at this thing, doing whatever. But I told Pete after that, I was like, you can't be hanging out at that place every day, but in the beginning, it was good for us to be there. So just like right now, we just closed on a facility, And it's like, like three weeks ago or so, we just closed on a facility, and we're right around the corner from that facility as well too. And we're just like, Pete's just going up there and doing his thing and taking care of whatever he needs to do, at the facility to get it up and running. Okay. And so that's kind of how we do it. We're like more hands-on.